Hi, author friends. Are you hoping to make 2026 your year to publish your book your way? I'm Jennifer, the traveling publisher, coming to you from my new RV. I call her Freedom, which is what your publishing your new book can be. And so, thank you for joining me here for step 3 of my free YouTube program, How to Publish Your Book Your Way. Step 3 is either going to be the hardest step or the easiest step, depending on where you are on your authorship journey. Step 3 is actually write your book. And so you could be sitting there, friend, and be like, Jennifer, I'm done. My book is ready and I've edited it. 4 of my closest friends and my cat have looked at it. I am ready to find a publisher. I'm ready to get help. And the next step, bring me to step 4. And I say, woohoo, you're a rock star. Let's get going. On the other hand, you might be sitting there saying, I have an idea, I have a dream, I always wanted to publish a book, but I'm really just getting started. And to you, friend, I say, you have the perfect timing because we're coming up with the holidays. It's a wonderful time to write because hopefully you've got some time off. You're probably going to have a little bit of space and maybe a little bit more energy than usual. You're also probably going to be around some supportive people who love and care about you, who can give you some encouragement. Maybe you can bounce some ideas off with them. You might even be traveling, which I believe is the perfect way to get inspiration and get the creative juices flowing. If you're writing something like a memoir or something based on your life, you might be coming into contact with the very people who can help you write your book. And so, perfect time to write your book. And now, friends, we're going to go through a bunch of things that I'm going to encourage you to find as you are writing your book. So these are the things that you need to find. The first thing as you're starting to write your book is find your why. We talked about that in step 2. Maybe it was step 1. We talked about that before. It's the why are you writing a book? Do you want to help people? Do you want to share your ideas? Do you want to build a legacy? Do you want to build your business? Do you want to boost your brand? Do you want to have an income stream? What is your why? You need to know your why because that is what's going to keep you going forward in the long days ahead. The next thing I want to encourage you to find as you're writing your book is inspiration. And so inspiration, ideas, your story, your information, your contents. And, while you could do that sitting up in some garret somewhere, it's probably going to be easier if you go out of the house. And so I suggest go to a bookstore. If your book is about people, go observe some people. If your book is about history, go to a museum. Go and get some inspiration to help get that creativity flowing. Another thing to find, this is a practical thing for writing, is find a writing space, a writing place. This is a perfect time to do this over the holidays because maybe you have to clean. Maybe you have to clean a little alcove in a room, or maybe you have to dust off a desk that's in your basement, or maybe you have to kick your cat off of your favorite reading and writing chair. So find that space and identify that in your brain as this is my writing place. This is a sacred space where I go to write. It's going to be a really important clue and cue to your brain and your heart that when you sit down at that space, you are ready to write. And it's going to be really helpful for you to shift gears quickly and get into that writing mode when you get into that writing space. And oh, by the way, your writing space need not even be in your house. I am, as I mentioned, am on my RV. This is a great creative space for me. Sometimes the best writing place isn't in your house because in your house, let's face it, you have the siren call of, your partner, your children, your cat, your laundry, the dishes, the cleaning, the dusting, the yard work, your actual work. And it's really hard to focus sometimes and find time to write because it's awfully easy to get distracted by any of those other things. And we haven't even talked about the TV, the video game console, that good novel you've been reading, the puzzle you wanted to put together. So the best space might be your local library, a writing group, Starbucks, your RV, your car, a park bench, your backyard, somewhere where you cannot be disturbed. Another thing that's very important to find is time. This is a hard one for most people. We are all busy. Just think of that laundry list I just mentioned of all the demands there are in your time, and they're all important. Let's face it, if you forget to feed the cat, bad things happen. If you forget to wash your clothes, bad things happen. If you forget to feed yourself, bad things happen. If you forget to work on your book, the only person who's probably going to be upset is you. And so make yourself important, make yourself a priority. Just like they say about exercise, identify the perfect time for you. If you're a morning person in the morning, if you're an afternoon person in the afternoon, if you're an evening person in the evening, if you're a weekend person in the weekend, and make a date with yourself on your calendar, writing time. The authors who are most successful in writing their books are the ones who set aside consistent time every day, every week, every month, and they just do it. It is a date with themselves, and they work on their book. And sometimes you might not feel like writing. You might be tired. Well, then maybe polish, maybe edit, maybe revise, or do some research, or think way ahead and start to do some promotion. These are things we're going to talk about in the future, but start to put an email list together of people you know. Start to put a website together, a list of websites that you like, contacts. Start to come up with your Facebook strategy. Build your brand. All of these things are important, and they advance the ball of your book. Another thing that's very important to find, and that's why this holiday time is so special, and that's find support. I hope that you all have a loving, supportive partner who shares in your dream and supports your book goals. And I love and hope that you have supportive friends who see the value in your ideas, and that you can confide and share your idea with them, and they're going to support you. Also, though, you might want to make some new friends, some new writing friends, and some ideas on how to do that is spend some time at your library. That's where authors and readers hang out. Librarians love books and they love authors. Along the same lines, frequent your local independent bookstore. Those people love authors. Those people love books. They're probably authors themselves. And so they would probably love to get to know you and support you. Make those connections now, because those are people who are going to want to carry your book someday. They're going to want to have you come in and do signings and events. And so if you befriend them now and bring them on your journey, you're going to have these wonderful book friends through your author journey. Another way to find wonderful support is to join a local writers group, or an internet group. In the area where I have used to live in the Lehigh Valley, they have a really great group called Lehigh Valley's Writers Group. Wonderful group to join. They meet virtually. They're supportive, wonderful. They have an annual conference. If you don't find a group that you like, start one. So find a group or start one. The last thing to find, you'll notice, has a question mark, and that's find money. The reason it has a question mark is you probably don't need to spend a dime to write your book, because you probably have all the tools you need. Most importantly, your actual intelligence, your computer, the internet, access to resources. I have a question mark, though, because it's not unusual to hire a ghostwriter or to hire even a writing coach. And so if those are things you need help, please reach out to me. In real life, you'll find me. My company's called Bright Communications at brightcommunications.net. And also, you can just look for a local ghostwriter or writing coach. So there you have it, friends. Step 3. Please leave a note in the comment. I'd love to hear, where are you on your writing journey? I'm really eager for you to join me for step 4. And as always, leave any questions. Thanks, friends. Like and subscribe for more. Bye-bye.